Well, there's no better way to start a Tuesday than with some celebrity gossip. In this case, we're joined by the guy who does all things gossip well. In this case, I'm talking about none other than the media prince. Good to see you, dude.
Hello there. Like I say all the time, we are live in the zone.
I think I'm gonna have to make that a promo. Just have you say live in the zone, and we'll just leave it at that.
Hey,
Looking fly as always, sir. Let's jump into it. And we got a lot to talk about today. Of course, P. Diddy still in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. I can't tell you how many times we've already talked about this. Now, longtime friend Ashton Kutcher is, well, concerned about being drawn into Diddy's drama. Yeah, they've known each other, if you think about it, for a little over 2 decades now. I'm talking about way back in those MTV days. But wait, there's more. Meanwhile, Cuba Gooding Jr. spotted in Miami. Now, let me tell you why this is a big deal. Apparently, both he and Diddy are named co-defendants in a lawsuit. The ex-bad boy employee says Cuba fondled him, and we have what to say, Media Prince.
we have a lot to say, okay? Because this is just getting stickier and stickier. Let's just say us being in the entertainment industry, we know such things of acts happening, but a lot of times it goes under the radar. I think we're finally hitting a pivotal point where people are downright calling people out for all the nastiness that they do behind the scenes. Unfortunately, Cuban Gooding Jr. is also been known for acts like this prior. This isn't his first lawsuit against him doing something outrageous or sexual related to someone that was out of the way. So to find out that he's connected to Diddy, this is kind of foul play that we kind of believe as the general public because it's one too many stories. At this point, we're believing it, and so we're just watching to see what it unfolds. Do I think? Of course, we have to say allegedly because everything is not till its
Yeah.
fullest degree. But as of right now, it's looking like a lot of this stuff is downright true.
I could think of a couple of things. That saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of smoke here. And what's the other one? Birds together, flock together. Or
Flock together.
did I screw that one up? You know what I'm saying.
No, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, that
And
one.
these birds have been flocking.
I mean, we're laughing at it, but in all honesty, I mean, this is something that continues to flood the headlines. We have been talking about this for quite some time now. It's as if I'm on pins and needles and I have nothing to do with it. I just want to know. I think the world wants to know as well.
Exactly, and it's like day by day. The reason why we're aren't able to shift to another subject is because by the time we switch to another subject, here's someone else with some new news, or here's someone else coming out. So it's like, okay, let's just get our popcorn and get ready for this year-long show. I think this will be the year that everything is going to come out, and just like that psychic that was saying she was channeling Kim Porter, there's more to come out that we're not even ready for. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, well, it's something we're going to have to stick close to and find out what happens. Believe you me, we're going to do just that. Hey, you know what else the world wants to know? If the media prince ever happened to be cheated on. You can keep that to yourself. You don't have to share. In this case,
Absolutely.
we're talking about none other than Oprah Winfrey. This is a hard story to believe. Obviously, she appeared on the Sherry Shepherd show just a little while ago. While on the show, well, she told Sherry, hey, back in the day, and I want to make sure I'm clear here, it has nothing to do with Stedman, but back in the day, apparently, yeah, she was cheated on, saying that, well, she even spotted the guy, followed him, and when she followed him and actually approached him, he told her, are you going to believe your lying eyes or are you going to believe me? To which she questioned it. What do you say, Media Prince?
The audacity. My first question is, did he cheat on billionaire Oprah or thousandaire Oprah? Because that's a big difference.
Yeah,
for people
big
to cheat
difference.
on.
I think we can say it's definitely the thousandaire one, but still, case in point, the guy cheated.
I feel like Stedman is just like God's gift. I would trade places with him any day. He is learning his role and he plays it well, okay? But honestly, I think we're in a realm where Oprah is humanizing herself a lot more. She doesn't usually talk about her relationships, let alone being cheating on. I think this will definitely open her up more in the female scope of relatability because she doesn't really tap on subjects like this. So to learn that there was a time where the Oprah Winfrey was getting cheated on, Tell us more.
Yeah. I think it really personalizes her as well. I mean, we get a
Yeah.
chance to see how she lives. I mean, we can only imagine. Once again, once you hit that billionaire status, that's a whole nother stratosphere, if you will. But for her to actually come out and say this, hey, who has not been cheated on? And so when that happens, it makes her more real and it makes her more tangible in the sense of she's been through something that you and I, or quite honestly, a lot of other folks have been through as well.
Exactly, exactly. And I think it definitely allows us to see that, you know, maybe we get cheated on in our thousandaires, but by the time we're a billionaire, life is sweet.
And by the way, she says life is sweet with Stedman. So I want to make sure we get that clear as well. I do not want to cease and dismiss from Oprah. Hey, we're going to move on here a little bit closer to home. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Gosh, man, it's like always drama surrounding this thing. But that's what the show is all about. Did you hear about this during that reunion special? Candace Dillard Bassett, well, was afraid that, or shall I say, asked if she still believes Robin conspired with Giselle and Ashley to sabotage Chris to protect Juan. I could go on and on. I mean, there's a lot to digest here. She got emotional, to which Giselle began to laugh and taunt Candace. A lot of folks coming to Candace's defense saying, you know what, that was not cool at all. What say you?
Well, I'm going to say this. I am a good friend of the Bassets. So I love Candace and I love Chris, and these are amazing drinking partners to have. But honestly, I understood where Candace was coming from. She's in a realm of trying to express her emotions and how she looked at her big sister dividing and conquering her relationship. Now, do I know to a full degree of everything in between related? No, because we only see what the cutting room floor allows us to see. But I definitely was on Candace's side of just trying to just allow Robin to see where her place was in that deterioration of their friendship. And unfortunately, Giselle and Candace, they are just like oil and water. Like they are not going to get on the same page. As soon as we think we're hitting middle ground, the ground corrupts.
Yeah.
I did like that they did find a middle ground, at least like finding a way to like either apologize or get over it. But honestly, I think the Giselle and Candace saga is. What Cardi B say? We got beef forever.
And if anybody knows that, it's the Media Prince. I want to get to the last story before we let you go. A decade. Can you believe this, the Media Prince? A decade has passed since Kourtney Kardashian and Scott broke up. Oh my gosh, that's not breaking news. But what is breaking news is, well, apparently he wants her to stop that whole PDA thing with her new hubby. Of course, we're talking about Travis Barker. Not just to stop it, but to stop it in front of their kids. What say you?
Scott, go outside and touch some grass. Um, Scott, when I tell you you have paraded so many women around, not only in public but in front of the kids, Courtney is living her best life, and she's finally picked her one man that was past you. And honestly, I don't think he likes seeing Courtney so happy and in love. I think he won't admit it, but he's seeing Courtney do everything with Travis that he wished she did with him. And unfortunately, that includes some, spontaneous PDA at every given chance. I mean, look, you saw on the reality show, they had to tell the cameras, can you please get out because we're about to go to Pound Town.
Yeah.
And so Scott is just going to have to get over it. The kids are well enough to know that this is their stepdad. And I hope he wouldn't think that he wouldn't see the stepdad kissing his wife in their household where the kids live. Like, come on now, Scott. Again, go outside, take your shoes off, sit in the grass, touch it, roll around in it, but you got to move on, brother.
I'm going to say one saying, and that is don't hate, congratulate. Never hating on the Media Prince.
Hello.
Sir, always good to see you. Thank you so much for coming
It's
on.
always a pleasure.
And of course, no one does it better than that guy right there. We're going to see you next Tuesday back here on the Fox 5 Live Zone. Going to bring in Sylvia now. Come on in, Sylvia. Of course, our digital content